Yo, Fluffs, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for coming. It's great to see you all tonight. It's good to have you all here on a nice evening. We got Michael Kahn, Peter Cruikshank, and Ryan S. in Ellemnet. How are you guys doing?
Yo.
All good, all good. Earth's still flat and Jesus still loves us. I'm sure you know that by
All
now.
good.
I say it every day.
Well, it's good to have you guys in. I really appreciate you guys coming in. I hope you guys had a great day. Or if you're still starting your day. But it's good to have you guys here.
Thank you. Good to be had.
It's great to have you on again, the panel, Ryan. It's good to see new faces on here. Okay, guys, we got an interesting one tonight. I came across a video from a guy. I think it was 2 years ago. I haven't watched it through though. But it's the 10 arguments he says the 10 reasons why the Earth isn't flat.
No.
Should be very interesting.
I think I've seen this one before, or one like it.
You think so?
Really mind blowing.
Trust me, I've seen very, very many of them.
They usually have the
It's
same
like a
arguments.
balloon,
Though.
isn't it? You've seen one, you've seen them all.
So, do you reckon there's mind blowing reasons we've never seen before?
Right? Yeah. Well, they are the same, but yeah, that's what I mean. Is like, yeah, definitely, it's the same approach.
Yeah.
It's about making fun of us and making us look bad. It's never really about evidence. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they usually just give the same arguments.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we got 32 votes. The 10 arguments the globe presents are just based on ignorance. Yes, 28%, and no, 72%.
Wow.
Interesting. Well, it could go both ways. If you say no, it's not based on ignorance, then they're just being dishonest. And if it is based on ignorance, then yeah, that just means they're stupid. So it's either they are dishonest or they're stupid. You choose. Okay, so we got It's Me Again coming in. Thank you, Kay, for coming. Michael Kahn, hello. Paula, hello. Groovy, thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Andy Splee1, good to see you. Who else did I see in? Peter Cruikshank, obviously. Thank you for coming. Oxbow Spirit, hello. Glad you could make it, mate. And we got, who else I say? Victoria. Vicky's also there, so yeah, it's good to see Vicky. How you doing, Vicky?
I'm good.
That's good. Carl Apple, thank you. Sorry, I forgot to call you out on Ellemnet. I realize now. The Price of Adam, good to see you too. Awesome Laws and Clips, hello. Glad you could make it. Glenn Selsh as well. Glad you could make it. Unread Diary Doctrinated, good to see you too. So if you guys haven't already, please hit the likes and share the show. It really, really does help to get the show out to a wider audience. So, we only have until 11 o'clock again, unfortunately. The power sucks. But that should be enough time because this video is only 14 minutes long, so we'll see how we can go. Hey Lumpy, good to see you too, mate. Okay, you guys ready to start?
Let's do it, man.
Let's do this.
I'm ready.
Hi. Have you ever wondered why some people don't believe that the Earth is round? Have you ever wanted to convince them that they were wrong?
No.
I mean, how is it possible that in 2020 we have to convince someone about...
I have a big problem with this when they say round.
I know.
No, why didn't they just say
It's not
sphere?
like...
Yeah.
It's not
It's
like
plausible deniability. That's what it is.
Exactly. And this is always the thing. Why don't they just say sphere? Because
Exactly.
round is a circle, like flat. Flat Earth say it's round. It's flat then, okay. So later on you say, oh no, I actually meant round.
Well, that's how you debate, right? You never admit defeat. You never admit that you're wrong. You switch it back over to something else.
Exactly.
Sidetrack the person, or at least to your audience, to your target audience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also one thing I've realized. They always say the word round. They don't say sphere or spheroid or geoid or globe. It's always round. It's really weird.
about Earth's form. Today I'm going to show you 10 reasons why the Earth is round. Who am I? Well, I'm your master today, and I'm going to teach you how to fight a flat earther. You will be my warrior, and you will honor me.
What?
I was going to say, did he really say master?
Yeah, he did say master.
He just
Jesus,
said-
my master.
Did you just hear me? He said, I am your master. You will be
Yeah.
my warrior. You will honor me.
He
What?
did say that. Yeah.
What? Let's go hear that again. Did I
We will
really
make
hear that?
fun of you, mate. That's what'll happen.
Yeah. What?
Arthur, you will be my warrior, and you will honor me.
What?
Wow.
No. You're definitely no one's master, and you're definitely not going to be honored by us.
He's watched too many films, I think.
Definitely.
Maybe it's satanic poetry.
I've definitely got a master, but it's certainly not him.
Wow. Or he's some kind of anime obsessed guy. Watches too much anime. Maybe some old Japanese samurai and stuff, and that's what he thinks now. I'm your master. You will honor me. Hey, Jeff Gassett, good to see you. Owen, good to see you too, mate. Thank you for coming. So, yeah, before we start, what do you think he's going to bring up that shows it's a globe, guys?
Got to be gravity in there.
The usual.
It's going to be the government says so, science says so, and then it'll be NASA. I bet it's going to start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to put the same chat quickly for everybody. Type 1 if you think it's going to be the same regurgitated arguments we always get, or type 2 if this guy's going to, by some miracle, actually have new arguments.
I'm going to go with he either pulls Eratosthenes out in his butt,
Yeah.
or butt's going over the horizon first.
Oh, they love that one, yeah. I think that's probably a given. I'm going to think that was going to say gravity. Everything becomes a sphere because of
Definitely.
gravity. Yeah, I'm going to say that.
About a sphere being the perfect shape.
They do love
Oh,
them
maybe.
balls,
Maybe
don't
that's
they? Exactly. Okay, let's see what he's going to say.
Let's start. Number 1. Lunar eclipses. I'm sure every one of us has seen a lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse occurs when the moon moves into the Earth's shadow. This can occur only when the sun, Earth, and moon are exactly or very closely aligned with Earth between the other two.
Okay, I got to stop it.
How can we confirm this? That's what I want to know. That's my
Exactly.
first question. Is how can you confirm that? Like, can you tell me the point at which you're going from so that you can make sure that it's the Earth moving and not something else? You know what I mean? Like that ever reference point?
Yeah, how do you know it's a shadow? How do you even know what the moon is? How do you know the Earth? You see, he's just making all claims, and
Begging
therefore,
the question.
yeah, he's begging the question that it's taught to us that this is happening, so therefore it's not a flat Earth. Correct? That's what
right.
I'm getting.
Yep.
If it's Earth's shadow, why can you still see features on moon when it's fully eclipsed?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I've never seen a shadow with red tinges and different hues and stuff. A shadow is usually the same kind of dark color, you know? You don't get shadows with different hues and tints.
A red hue would suggest that it's coming from something else, right? It's light. It's
Yeah.
something else, not the sun. Or something that's augmenting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but all he's doing is just saying, okay, solar eclipses, this is how our model explains it. So therefore not flat. So let's hope he's actually going to have an argument for why then it's not flat. Hey Taylor, good to see you, mate. And the price of Adam, hello.
And only on the night of a full moon. The type and length of a lunar eclipse depends on the moon's proximity to either node of its orbit. Unlike a solar eclipse, which can only be viewed from a relatively small area of the world, a lunar eclipse may be viewed from anywhere on the night side of Earth. Aristotle, who made quite a lot of observations about the spherical nature of the Earth, noted that during lunar eclipses, when the Earth's orbit places it directly between the sun and the moon, creating a shadow in the process, the shadow on the moon's surface is round.
And we've seen how much demonstrations, even from Globus, showing that's not the case. I mean, even flat shapes can give curved shadows.
Maybe on a full moon it'd be perfectly round, but otherwise you only see parts of it, right?
Yeah, it's really weird. But all he's still doing is just saying, this is what the model takes, so therefore not flat. Not actually giving a reason why it's not flat. He's just spewing his globe rhetoric based on him begging the question.
A little word salad. You would say.
Yeah, exactly. Is this Duperpoon's new channel? What? What you talking about? Have you seen the stars shine through the moon? Yeah, Thomas Larson. I've actually got a video on my channel where I show the stars shining through the moon. I would love to actually record this myself someday because I've actually seen this happen. But yeah, I first need a good camera to do that.
Definitely.
But you have
Well,
to be
the moon always Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was going to say the dark part of the moon that we see, no matter where you live, you always see it as the same color as the background of the sky. Explain that one. That's the part that I can't explain to myself.
Yeah.
It's convincing me that it's not what we think it is. Even though it's great and it's beautiful and all, it couldn't be what they say it is. It does look that way, though. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's just correlation then. It looks that way, and I believe it to be there, so that's what it is. So that's the wrong way of looking at
You
things.
got that video out, Star Shine for?
Yeah,
Film.
you want me to get it? So,
I've never seen it myself. Like I'd be tempted to argue that you can't, like, but
It's good. It's one of my first videos on my channel, actually.
I've seen them mover things appearing like they go behind moon, you know. And as soon as they go behind it, like, you can't see it no more. Surely you'd see it if you could see stars through the moon.
But like I say, we don't know what the moon is, so really weird stuff. The nice thing is the ones making the claim about the moon have to defend it.
Well, people say that moon's transparent when you see it in daytime because it looks blue. But yeah, I've watched airplanes flying high up and they look blue. Do you know what I mean?
Right, so obviously, yeah.
I personally don't think that the unlit part is see-through. But that's just my opinion.
I think it's a reflection through an augmented, like, focused some kind of lens or something. Or maybe it's just...
It's just a simulation, guys. It's a glitch in the matrix. Come on.
Well, you know, there is, if you don't mind me saying so, there is a theory that the moon and the sun are actually on a track system, and that the dome is what everything travels on, and that's how NASA gets up there and stays up there. But I don't know.
Yeah, I've
that could
heard
be
that,
true, I
yeah.
guess. But
Yeah, you never
It's
know
crazy,
what the hell is
but-
going on. I mean, for all you know, they could have just figured out how to get up there and just stay in this.
Hey, Ryan, did
swimming in that
you used to
stuff.
watch Boogeyman?
yes, but after a while, he got a little nuts, and he started getting paranoid and thinking that I was even after him or something. Like I told him one day that the live stream didn't have a sound, and he got all mad and told me that it did, and I was like, dude, I swear I didn't hear any sound.
I heard from
Yeah,
him for
I
ages,
did.
like, I just knew you when you said we're talking about track system. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I believe him, but I mean, it did make me wonder for a while. I mean, it made me think, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, anything's possible. We don't know. We don't know.
Hi, Blue Fox here. On September 27th, 2015, I took pictures of the eclipse of the moon. I set up my 5-inch telescope using a 17mm eyepiece and took these snapshots. You will notice in the pictures, stars show through the dark portions of the moon. And as I go through them, I'll blow them up a little larger so you can see these stars. I'll point to one. There's a blue star here, a white star. There's another star right here. That shows up quite good. And that's that picture.
Hey, Jamacho Wombat and Moxie, good to see you.
that's mad. Like, that's mad.
Yeah?
I'd have to try and see that with my own eyes, though, I think.
Like I said, I've seen things like this there. But it's very rare that you see it. That's why I say I can't wait till I do have a nice camera. Hopefully I can catch it. Because I have seen...
I thought when you were talking about it was actually going to be through the actual, the bits that look like the craters of the
Oh,
moon.
no. This is like in the dark
Right.
side. Yeah, hey, Divergent Droid, thank you for coming, and Brianna Johnson, and Richard G, and Vlado Sage, and Bible U. Good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. But yeah,
Hey,
this
guys.
is one of the first videos on my channel. I've also got someone else actually filming it with video from another guy. So
Move on to the next one. You can actually see the stars.
you know what's funny though? You know what the Glober's argument is to this? It's just
What?
dust on the lens.
Just in the lens, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just want
Wait,
Well,
boys.
that would be a good argument if it was just one incident. But I've seen many different videos of that same thing. So
Exactly.
unless everybody's lying on the same level, it doesn't make sense.
Exactly. And I mean, like I said, the next one where I show the guy actually having a video showing this. It's a bit difficult to get as a dust on another person's camera showing a video.
Here. We'll
Hey
zoom
Tony,
in
good to
and
see you,
we'll
mate.
see
And Adam.
a red star with a white star right in here. And then there's 3 stars, a white star, a blue star, and another blue star. With some stars shining through. So what my point is, is the moon transparent?
I'm gonna have to go through all my moon photos now and have a look.
What on, man. That'd be brilliant.
Why can't the stars be in front of the moon? That's also a good thing, Taylor. They could be in front of the moon.
There could be, yeah.
You know,
Sure.
it says in the Bible that there's a portal that the moon goes through every year on the 365th day. Maybe it's actually passes through that portal slowly, but I don't understand how it works. But it seems to be a reflection to me. It seems like the stars are a reflection from somewhere that are being reflected off of whatever's above us somehow. Like maybe it's because of the water above that or something. I don't know, but that makes more logical sense. to
Because
me
you know
than-
what's interesting?
That makes sense.
Because you know what's interesting to me? You know when like people go up a certain altitude, then you don't see stars anymore.
Mm.
That's really weird. Almost like they're holographic.
Is that true?
You can look at a lot of high altitude balloon footage.
Yeah,
even.
you don't see them down. I know you see sun on them high altitude balloons, so you could claim.
Oh yeah, I see.
Some
You
of
could
them
claim
you,
that that's stopping you seeing them, like, but I doubt it.
some of them you see the stars. Some of them, most of them you don't see the stars. Then they come and say it's just exposure, and then excuses that they need to have. But yeah, it's really weird. I almost let us go through the live stream of the Indian moon landing tonight, but I thought, that's gonna be a boring stream because they don't show anything.
Oh, I think it'd be fun.
They didn't show anything. They just
Did you see where it come off? It come off lander, that little buggy thing, and it were heading straight for a crater, and then all of a sudden it just skips past, and it's the other side of the crater.
yeah. But also, while you have all the people watching this live, like, it's gonna land. It's just literally has a cartoon there, a very bad cartoon, and it's saying, it's landed, and everyone's like, oh yay!
I'm afraid if you these people think that's real, it must be a killer for them.
Yeah, guys, if you guys missed Bible use lighter stream, the link is in. Thanks to Divergent Droid. Do go and watch it and subscribe to her channel. Really well worth it.
I think they're under a spell. I really do.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. But I mean, also they're conditioned to think that cartoon they're watching is real. I mean, that's what all the top agencies, we get this from NASA and JAXA and ESA and all of them. So they just so
Probably places.
so
Yeah, the
obviously
key word is at the end of it.
disconnected. I hope it's connecting again. It's still streaming, guys.
Yeah, back again. Yeah, there we
Okay,
go.
we're back again. Okay, let's try this again. Huh. Hello, little star. Exactly, Perry. Good to see you, by the way. The Bible says the moon is a light. I don't think we'll ever know exactly what it's made of. Just another miracle and wonder from the Creator. Exactly.
Yeah.
But you guys,
Well, if it's a reflection of a light from somewhere else in another dimension, then yeah, it actually, that would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If we were seeing it through a portal, that's what I'm thinking. Is maybe there's a portal in the sky that you see through, and you see the moon through it,
but,
right?
but didn't you guys ever hear it's just blue cheese?
Green cheese.
Well, I think that was just a way of saying that it's not real. Some anomalous thing, right? Kind of like that. What is that? The black knight or whatever they call it. That's in the sky. They claim that's flying around, and so what? There's a black thing flying around the sky. So what? Like,
Hey Tony, good to see you, mate. Yeah, exactly. Globus coming for a poll, and then it's silent on giving any proof on their Narnia fantasy.
That's it. They love the pool, don't they? Come in just to click it and then disappear again.
Exactly.
Then maybe come into troll if they get a bit bored.
Yeah, exactly. It's Frumonda cheese, Moomin. But yeah, that's practically just this one of my first videos where the guys were showing. And I mean, there is more videos you can get from different people where they got the stars shining through and all that stuff. So
It's me again. Everyone is the one. Every day is the one.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see what this guy has with his arguments again.
This shadow is the planet, and it's a great clue about the spherical shape of the Earth. One might say that Earth is round, but it's not spherical. Since the Earth is round...
What?
One might say that we're round but not spherical. But it's what he used at the beginning of the video. That's the adjective he used, round.
That's weird.
well, wait. Let's see if he goes beyond and he explains what he's talking about, or is he just going to leave it like that and just leave me confused?
I don't know, because now he's talking about a Foucault's pendulum for some reason. Okay.
rotating.
Which we all know
See
is
the
a bunch of crap.
Exactly. I've seen the Foucault's pendulum go the opposite direction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really weird. I mean, we've got 4 Foucault's pendulum in South Africa. Not one of them are working.
When there was, you know, like back in, I don't know, when it was 1700s or whatever, when they were actually getting everybody to come and look at it, when they were going to start pushing it out, it didn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so difficult to understand. They got magnetic charges to keep it moving. Hello, they're literally pushing it in the direction they need it to go in.
It's a gyroscopic servo, is what it's.
Exactly. They're just letting it move to what it needs to be done. Not hard to understand that.
Look at that one Mitchell went to film that weren't working.
Yeah, he went, it
and
worked.
They said it's broke. How can a swinging pendulum be broke unless there's something in it that's making it do that thing, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. It was working, and then when he got to go back, it wasn't working. It was, it was taken down because they found out.
Yeah, the only broken should be that it needs to be lubricated.
Yeah, that's it.
It's crazy.
Foucault pendulum experiment for a definite proof. If you are doubtful, the consistent oval shadow it produces in every lunar eclipse proves that the Earth is not only round, but spherical. Absolutely, utterly, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Not flat.
Wow, so that's it.
So somebody pushed the pendulum a little bit different when they did it on that day, and so they convinced everybody that that's what it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so he just makes a declaration and therefore not flat.
And states without a doubt. That's it.
You see, that pendulum Mitchell filmed, right? On the day he filmed it, it was just going backwards and forwards. It weren't knocking none at dominoes over. And then they said it were broken. So obviously the part that were broken was the bit that makes it knock dominoes over.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, look, let's actually go show the people. There's actually... Was it live or was it video?
Video. It shouldn't be far in because it
No,
would have to stop doing.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Would have to stop doing school ones.
Dell crushes Mr. Sensible. Oh.
Dell crushes Mr. Sensible. What did he do? Sit in him.
Earth rotation, there we go. There's the first one he did. By the way, guys, shout out to Mitchell from Australia. Do go subscribe to if you haven't, guys, already. Gonna share the...
You should get him on Flatzoid.
Yeah, definitely.
We are here today at Science Space
We definitely have to get him on.
to observe this Foucault pendulum. The globe
I love
model
Mitchell's
claims
voice. You
that
can
this
hear
device
laughter in his
can be
voice.
used to demonstrate the Coriolis effect and therefore prove that Earth is rotating.
Hey, Gary, good to see you, mate.
Let's explore what the globe claim actually is. What is happening? As the pendulum swings back and forth, the Earth is rotating. An astronaut in space watching a pendulum at the North Pole would see the direction of the pendulum remain the same, but the Earth would turn below it once every day. We are standing on the rotating Earth, therefore we see the pendulum change direction. We are not at the North Pole, so our pendulum takes more than one day to complete a full rotation. A pendulum actually rotates slower the closer you move to the equator. At the equator itself, it doesn't rotate at all. The diagram in the bottom left represents what the globe claims a pendulum will do at the North Pole, in Paris, and at the...
That's weird. So why don't people go and do this at the equator then? Show it's not rotating at all.
Why is it these guys that make these videos always sound like they're reading this and they're stuttering over it instead of just knowing the material enough to just speak it and be passionate about it?
No, but
It just seems so disingenuous to me.
no, he's reading on what's on the screen, what's written here. This is placed it on the Foucault's pendulum, and Mitchell's reading it out, what's written there.
Oh, I got you.
the equator. Being here in Sydney, we should observe the pendulum rotate 202 degrees in 24 hours. In the top left, we are also given an activity to do. What to do? Work out which domino is going to be knocked over next. The pendulum will appear to move counterclockwise. And being in Sydney, the globe claims that the pendulum will precess at a rate of 8.5 degrees per hour counterclockwise. So let's put this to the test, shall we? This is the starting position of the pendulum. The globe predicts it will precess counterclockwise 8.5 degrees after 1 hour, knocking over the dominoes with the blue X's, 17 degrees after 2 hours, knocking over a further 2 dominoes in purple, 25.5 degrees after 3 hours, taking out another 2 dominoes in green, and 34 degrees after 4 hours. We will be observing this Foucault pendulum for 4 hours, so the globe predicts we will see a total deviation of 34 degrees and a total of 6 dominoes on each side be knocked over. Beginning the observation at 9:11 AM, this is the starting position of the pendulum. The globe predicts it will deviate counterclockwise. At 10:11 AM, this is what we observe in the pendulum.
Hey,
The globe
X,
predicted-
good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you can make and Circle Jacob. Unfortunately, I can't take adverts off with live streams anymore. I do stick it on the conservative as much as I can because, yeah, I don't really want live stream to have adverts. Sorry about that. It's just YouTube and their new policies. Really sucks.
That the pendulum should have deviated 8.5 degrees in that first hour, but it is still on the same starting position. At 11:33 a.m., we see the pendulum still in the starting position. The globe predicted after 2 hours it should have deviated 17 degrees and knocked over the dominoes highlighted. 12 p.m. and the pendulum is still in the starting position. After 3 hours, the globe predicted it would have deviated 25.5 degrees.
I mean, what does this tell you guys?
Well,
And finally,
maybe the
at
location.
1:16 p.m,
Well, it's supposedly Earth rotation causing it to do that drifting. So if it's not doing that, and they could say, "Oh well, something's broken." That's well, if you're claiming something's broke, then there's obviously a mechanism there that makes it do it. So it's game over either way you look at it.
Yeah.
It is. And it being joint to the Earth anyway is not. It doesn't work, does it? It doesn't work. You have to be like.
I was told that it doesn't change the direction of it; it just keeps it going. So whatever direction it happens to be going, the computer kind of guides it to add a little bit of speed to it. It
That's
just
what
keeps
they
it
say.
moving. It doesn't actually make it turn.
Yeah, it just
Well,
keeps-
that's what I
Maybe
heard.
the
I don't know.
Maybe
I'm
the
not-
Earth wasn't
That-
spinning that day. Who knows?
That's what they claim. They claim it has a mechanism in that just keeps it perpetually swinging, and its Earth rotation is why it moves and knocks them dominoes over. But that's perpetually swinging, and it's not knocking out others. So, and then they say it were broken. So whatever mechanism's in it's making it knock them dominoes over. It has to be.
Yeah, for me, he's just proved it wrong, right? He just proved it that isn't a way to actually figure it out.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some
Parlor
normal
trick
aspect
for
that changes
fooling
it.
people.
Yeah, it's just
Solid.
a parlor trick. But hey, Spuddy could see. Yeah, look, the thing is, we can take this two ways. It's not showing movement, so therefore, their mechanism that is supposed to make it work is the thing that makes it rotate is not working, okay? Or the Earth doesn't move.
The Earth doesn't move.
Well, it's just the same parlor trick as water down the drain at the equator, isn't it? It's
Exactly.
just a trick.
It's the way you throw it down.
Exactly, yeah. It's the way you swish it, yeah.
I can do it here the same way. If I throw it left, it's going to turn right. If I throw it right, it's going to go left. Exactly the same drawing. Lumpy Gas, thank you very much for your $2 super chat. It says globers are deviants. Agreed. Thank you very much for the super chat, mate. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, this proves that there is no Earth rotation. Well, anyway, then he got Mr. Sensible to pay him and go back. Okay? And then when he got there,
You can use Monday.
it was out of commission. Because that was posted after this was shown, and obviously they don't want to show the Earth's not rotating, correct?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Flat Earth School. The school that is all around us 24/7 since the beginning of existence. I'm Mitchell from Australia, and I'm back here live at Science Space in Wollongong, the home of the Earth rotation debunking Foucault pendulum. To recap from my first visit, we confirmed that the globe claims that we are standing on the rotating Earth. Therefore, we see the pendulum change direction to a tune of 8.5 degrees per hour anti-clockwise. So over 4 hours, the globe predicted that the Foucault pendulum would deviate 34 degrees. The observation of the Foucault pendulum started at 9:11 a.m. By 10:11 a.m, we
9:11,
observed that the pendulum had still not deviated at all. The globe predicted that it would have deviated in that first hour 8.5 degrees anti-clockwise. 11:33 a.m, after 2 hours, the globe predicted that the pendulum should have deviated 17 degrees. After 3 hours, at 12:10 p.m, the globe predicted the pendulum should have deviated a total of 25.5 degrees. But still zero deviation was observed. And finally, after 4 hours at 1:16 p.m, If the Earth were actually rotating underneath this pendulum, the globe claimed that it should have deviated 34 degrees anti-clockwise, but no deviation was observed. So I then formulated a modus tollens valid logical argument. If P, then Q, not Q, therefore not P. If the Earth we are standing on is rotating, then we will see the pendulum change direction. Over 4 hours, we did not see the pendulum change direction at all. We don't see the pendulum change direction, therefore Earth is not rotating. Concluding that the Foucault pendulum proves Earth is stationary. I've been requested to come back here by Mr. Sensible to take a 4-hour video of this Earth rotation debunking Foucault pendulum. Now I've been called a liar, people have said that the pendulum absolutely does show the rotation of the Earth, that I just edited things together, that the Foucault pendulum absolutely will work.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't get. They have to make excuses and say, oh, he's just dishonest. He just edited to make it that look that way. Yeah. And notice, has any of these anti-flat earthers actually gone and done this Foucault pendulum for 4 hours long?
No, but you never see them doing it, do you? But fair play to me.
This is the first one I've seen.
Well,
even a flat
my
earther,
claim-
to be honest with you.
Yeah, but what's weird is he even went back to go do it again, and they still had issues.
Is that the Foucault pendulum inside this building here does not show the rotation of the Earth. Now let's go in and have a look, shall we? Now, much to my surprise, I didn't even have to wait 4 hours to prove my claim. The museum had already proven it for me.
So, unfortunately, a fault has recently been discovered, and therefore this exhibit is currently being repaired. Be aware that our beautifully round Earth is still rotating, and the exhibit shall be demonstrate this shortly. We apologize for this exhibit being unavailable.
Wow, how nice of them to admit they were lying.
But you understand, let's go back to the first video argument quickly. The pendulum was swinging, correct? For 4 hours long, and it showed no rotation.
None.
So what can only be the deductions from that? Either the Earth is not rotating, or the mechanism is the thing that causes it to rotate, and that was faulty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure that you could
Or
say
it doesn't have an effect at all.
I'm not sure that you could say the Foucault pendulum proves that it's stationary, but I could say you could possibly say that experiment just proves that the Foucault pendulum is bunk.
exactly.
That's what I
Would
think,
you call it a proof of stationary?
It proves it's an actual trick. That's what it proves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
my
what I was
point.
saying. It proves it's a trick, but it doesn't prove stationary.
Look, one thing it does prove that it's not that the Earth's not rotating, and it does prove it's just a parlor trick. That's one thing it does. But
Exactly.
But what they've written here is very telling. So someone actually, I think someone saw his video and they contacted the museum. Because it says, unfortunately, a fault has recently been discovered. And therefore, this exhibit is currently being repaired. What's to repair about a Foucault pendulum, guys?
Lubricate it and go.
Probably Mr. Sensible, who paid him to go back and then phoned him and got him to shut it down, thinking that like this little note here proves that, and he don't realise that it proves it's a trick.
Exactly.
Mr. Sensible in his head probably thinks it proves it were broken, and don't realise by saying it's broken proves it's a lot of rubbish in the first place.
Yeah, but Mr. Sensible's
That's how
not clever
stupid he
enough
is.
to think further than his nose.
Exactly.
Because it literally says, and then it still has to note there, please be aware that our beautifully round Earth is still rotating. They wouldn't need to put that on. There's a reason for that. They could have just said, sorry, it's under construction with technical issues. That's all they had to put, remember?
It's to reassure the drones.
The thing is, guys, like, show me a pendulum that's going to swing for 4 hours without being powered.
It doesn't. Hey, Godzilla.
Exactly. It'll swing for a minute and then stop.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Godzilla, thank you very much for coming, mate. It's good to see you. And Ice to CFE, good to see you too. If you guys haven't already, please do hit the share button and the like. It really does help to get the show out to a further audience. But yeah, this was, you know, the sad thing about after this, Mr. Sensible said he cheated him out of his money. He didn't want to give his money back.
Oh, is that
Mr. Sensible paid him to come here again and do this. And then he says, well, I paid him to do this for 4 hours, and he didn't. So therefore, I want my money back. What the hell? He drove with
Well, he still had to drive out there. Yeah, I was going to say he still had to pay for the trip.
So now it's his fault that the thing is not working. Obviously, after probably Mr. Sensible or some other globe have phoned in to say, listen here, take it down, it's not working. What the hell? So yeah, this was a total bum slap to the globe, anti-flat earthers, big time. Well done, Mitchell, you did an awesome job. Okay, well anyway, that proves his argument of the focal pendulum wrong, and therefore debunking his argument that the moon is, the total eclipse is due to Earth rotating being a sphere, correct? Because that was his argument. Yeah. Okay, next argument. Let's see what it's going to be.
Number 2, ships and the horizon. If you go to a lake and there are boats on that lake, the further away a boat is, the more the bottom of the boat will disappear. And you basically will see just the mast of the boat. And as the boat goes further and further away.
Yeah, this one's never been heard before, guys.
Never.
I mean, how much times do we have to demonstrate this on flat surfaces for them? And explain it to them as just simply about angles and diffraction?
I think you have to show them sometimes. I think if you just show it to them, take them to like a factory, it has a big, huge flat floor that's perfectly level, and then you just walk away with the camera, and then you show them how it seems a different way. I think that's the easiest way to show somebody that. Yeah. But if they still deny it, then I don't know what else to do. I mean, I just get frustrated usually.
Yeah, exactly. But I just want to bring this up. Diversionary said, "What's to repair? It's a plumb bob." Exactly. What's to repair? It was still moving. It was a pendulum moving up and down for 4 hours. So it was doing its job. It was a pendulum moving up and down, forwards and backwards for 4 hours. The thing is, it didn't rotate. So therefore, Earth did not rotate. So what did they fixing? The only thing the mechanism is supposed to do is to keep it moving forwards and back.
Just proves it's being fixed, get it?
Yeah.
It proves, the mechanism that's supposed to make it rotate was not working.
There's no way out in it for him. There's no way out. Whichever way you want to look at it.
Exactly. Okay, but back to this. Yeah, the horizon is not geometric, correct. The black swan demolished this left, right, and center. When they come and say, refraction, they're simply throwing away physical curve, which they do not understand, by the way. Really simple stuff.
Away, the last thing you...
Hey, Face Reality, good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your $2 super chat. Really appreciate it. He says, how retarded? Ships, sphere, water, seeks level, not curve. Exactly. Water finds its own level when at rest. That means flat, horizontal. It definitely cannot be curved. Thank you very much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it.
We had a lot of money, so we could do a little experiment where we take every mile, we take ropes or cables, and we put a camera on a little buoy and put one every mile, and then make a grid pattern all the way across the ocean from 20, 30 miles distance, right? And then you look from every camera and you look at what the angle looks like and how it changes, and you could show it. It's really obvious. But I mean, that would cost a lot of money though, right?
But then you're still just showing perspective.
Right, but it proves that it's just the perspective, right? You see it from 4 different cameras that are all a mile apart or whatever, right? Then you see that, gradually it starts to change. Okay, that makes sense to me, right? Then there's no argument. But I mean, you can't convince somebody who's convinced.
I'm trying to think. What's that guy who did lights on a frozen lake experiment? I think it's Groturn. There we go. Look at this.
If Rock Lake is part of a sphere that has a radius of 3,959 miles, then Rock Lake should also have a horizon. What I mean by a horizon is a physical visual obstruction that keeps the viewer from seeing beyond it. Things beyond the horizon would then appear lower and or even hidden completely. In this test, I placed 4 lights on the lake spaced about 1 mile apart. The trip meter shows 1.2 miles, however, with some wheel spin, the actual distance traveled is less.
But anyway, he's sitting at 0. He's going to drive out. If I put his link in, if you guys want to subscribe to him, do that. But it's really awesome. Look when he gets what happens.
Okay, everyone. Turns out
what? I don't want to hear this. Okay. Let's go to where he starts looking at them. Remember, this is a frozen lake, people. And he's gonna look at the lights out to see.
Truck and I recorded. The digital map that I use at home shows 7.95 miles from my start point to the area beside the land location. However, the start point and the stop point are approximated, so there is room for error. However, from this point, I continue on with the truck and I travel a short ways and to try and establish at least a full 8 miles.
So 8 miles, guys. How much curve should you see in 8 miles? Quite a lot, correct?
Yeah.
You shouldn't see the lights. What's he seeing there? What's he seeing there? All the lights. They're all, I think, a mile apart from each other.
Wow.
You're not supposed to see that on a curved Earth, are you? Look, I'm zooming out. Do you see them now?
No.
Diffraction, correct?
Well, if it was curved, you wouldn't be able to zoom in and out on it like that at all, would you?
Nope. See? Driving on a frozen lake is good fun. It's dangerous, but fun. I wouldn't know because you don't get stuff like that here in South Africa. Frozen doesn't work here.
Yeah.
But that should be impossible to see on a globe, guys. And remember, they claim water follows the Earth curve, remember?
Yeah.
Well, I would expect that refraction could make it appear to be slightly that way, but obviously, you know, it's just an anomalous.
Yeah, but they have an issue here because they're claiming it's the heat in refraction that causes things to go over the curve. Now we have cold, correct?
But heat doesn't form a perfect focal lens.
Nope.
It wiggles and it moves, so
Exactly.
that's the part that is in 3 dimensions. Yeah.
Well, why don't we
And
let
everything
them-
you saw would be waving. It would be waving and rippling just like the stars do. That's exactly what everything would look like at a distance.
But let them make claims of refraction and
Yeah, exactly. But when they say, as soon as they say refraction, then it means
then
not physical.
What refraction are they talking about?
Yeah, terrestrial refraction doesn't
Well,
have
I'm
Snell's
talking.
law.
Yeah. Well, you know what I meant, though. I'm just looking at it in an honest manner, like looking at it from both perspectives and trying to like analyze, like what would they say? What would they be saying? Oh, this is the argument. No, we don't like this because of that. Well, I don't blame them. You know, like there's some stuff that I understand why both sides argue.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So I'm just trying to throw it all out there.
Okay, let's see his eye height. Target distance 8 miles. I mean, he's 1.07 feet up, guys.
There's just less than 13 inches should be hidden.
The lake body sphere that has a radius of miles, then the horizon should be less than 2 miles away. So the horizon should only be 2 miles away, guys. Beyond the horizon, things should start to become hidden. I don't know the exact number, but let's assume the closest light is 4.5 miles away. Okay, so it's double the horizon, guys. And note how low those lights were. Okay, 4.5. So eye surface 4.5 miles away. It should be 6.97 feet hidden below the horizon. Okay. So you shouldn't even see the first light at all.
No.
And yet we are able to see the first light. We're able to see all the lights.
You and your favorite gear.
Oh, really? Yep, righteous anger should not be confused with hate. Exactly, Godzilla. Okay. Look at that. So where is the horizon? They appear to be in the same line. This was awesome.
And it appears to be level as well.
Uh-huh. Look at that. Same line, same level. But it's supposed to be going down over a curve.
Yep.
Still seeing it, still seeing it.
Another proof that debunks the radius, isn't it?
Exactly.
Could we call this the ice black swan? Possibly.
Yeah, it is this is a real black swan as well. I mean, eye height 0.489 meters. Okay. The horizon, look there. 34 feet should be hidden. I highly doubt that light is 34 feet up.
No.
So yeah, that was brilliant. And then obviously I've also shown some on my channels where I do it with closer things, just showing the foreshortening effect on flat surfaces that just give this effect. I mean, I don't know how much time I have to show this to people. You can do this on flat surfaces any day of the week. It's because it's all optical. Where is it now? Ah, there we go.
And ignorant to claim that. We see ships go over the horizon, therefore Earth is curved. But I'm here to tell you today that is just nonsensical. And
note I'm using this bolt as a reference to show I'm above the surface, and yet we still
ignorant
show
to
it
claim
to,
that. Why is it
go
you're able
below.
to...
You see, look, I'm above. Can you...
You're so dishonest, Flatzoid. That weren't flat.
Aluminium flat bar is not flat.
No, yeah.
The people actually told me I must go to the manufacturer and tell him your flat bar is not flat. That's what they told me.
Wow.
I mean, does that look like it's going over a curve here where we're sitting? It looks like it's going down, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see the bottom of it. Insane. Let me show you how it looks in the beginning when you get to the actual... That's what you're supposed to see. Do you see that red and the bottom of that boat? No, you don't. I mean, look there. I'm above the surface.
Yeah.
Diffraction, guys. Limited angle, diffraction, foreshortening. There we go. Proven you can do this on a flat surface. So yeah, this argument's also been debunked many times.
Very top of the mast of that boat. That's because the boat is actually going over the horizon. That's curved. And that means that as it goes further and further away, you see less and less of the bottom of it and more of the top of it. You can't see that with binoculars. This wouldn't happen if the Earth was flat. You would only see the boat getting smaller and smaller as it goes further and further away.
And we just showed that wrong. With demonstration. Yes, slip radar, that is diffraction. Do you know what diffraction even is? What is resolvable? The surface was resolvable, and therefore you could see it. The bottom of that bolt was not resolvable, so therefore it was diffracted.
But you would be able to see the whole thing with the same proportions. Imagine an ant walking along the surface of an orange into your field of view. If you look at the orange head on, you will see the ant's body slowly rising up from the horizon because of the curvature of the orange. If you would do that experiment with the ant approaching along...
Sorry, yeah. That's just idiotic.
Worst I've ever seen.
I mean, an ant on an orange is sort of like saying San Francisco being an ant. You know what I mean? The scale is totally off.
Yeah.
A long road rather than a round object, the effect would change. The ant would slowly materialize into view, depending on how sharp your vision is.
Are you sick?
Well, like a car driving down a long road.
Yeah. Okay, these are really old arguments.
I'm sure these people have never been outside.
Wow.
I'm sure on it.
But what I loved about this though with this guy, his confidence in the beginning was like, "I am your master. You will honor me." I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Number 3. Varying.
Oh, Grigori, diffraction is not physical. No shit, Sherlock.
Wow.
AKA what we see is optical. Bye-bye globe earth physicality.
Slip's been around here long enough to seen enough things you've presented to even slightly understand this by now.
Of course.
But yeah, the whole argument is that it's optical. No duh. What? Okay, number 3. Okay, that was number 2. We debunked that. Number 3, varying of stars. This should be interesting.
Of stars. Varying star constellations. This observation was originally made by Aristotle, 384 to 322 BCE, who declared the Earth was round, judging from the different constellations one sees while moving away from the equator.
Wow.
I see different star, therefore globe. Really? If you let's put it this way, you got a mountain that's 20 kilometers away from you, and you drive away from it. Eventually, you won't see that mountain anymore, correct?
Yeah.
Would that mean that maybe your position has changed and therefore you can't see it anymore? Or is it because Earth curve? Wow. I mean, let's make it this way. You're looking back at the mountain and driving away. Do you start seeing trees going in the way of it? And light poles and houses and stuff, stuff that's much smaller than the mountain, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, something like called foreshortening.
After returning from a trip to Egypt, Aristotle noted there are stars seen in Egypt and Cyprus, which are not seen in the northerly regions.
So why would they have to be seen in the northerly regions? Just showed you didn't understand what perspective was, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You don't understand things are limited to your location. You can only see so far, man. Really.
This phenomenon can only be explained if humans were viewing the stars from a round surface. Aristotle continued, claiming that the sphere of the Earth is of no great size, for otherwise the effect of so slight a change of place would not be quickly apparent. The farther you go from the equator, the farther the known constellations go towards the horizon, to be replaced by different stars. This would not have happened if the world was flat. In other words, if you live in the northern hemisphere, you can see all of the constellations on the northern part of the sky, and maybe some of what is visible from the southern hemisphere. If you travel downward towards the equator, you'll be able to see more of the sky from the southern hemisphere's perspective, while also losing more of what you'd normally see in the northern hemisphere. The time of day is truly what affects how much of the sky you can see wherever you are. Since the sun only shines for about half the day, you lose sight of constellations blocked by sunlight.
I love all this. Oh, this is why you should see it. You should see this on a flat earth and that not. Why do they always do this? If it was a flat earth, this you shouldn't see that. They just say if it was.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we always get this? Okay, you claiming that this is what it's supposed to flat earth, burden's now on you. You understand?
That's it.
So it's literally they say, because I'm stupid, and people say it's a globe, therefore globe. That's literally what they're saying. They're too stupid to think for themselves, so therefore it's a globe. Wow. So we can't help the guy doesn't understand when it comes to perspective, things drop to at eye level, and when you move away from something, your eye level drops, correct? Because your angles are getting lower and lower. Wow, mate.
Plus, because the Earth is orbiting the Sun, you can see different parts of the sky depending on the time of year. Even so, there are some things you can't see at all depending on which hemisphere you live in. This explains why eclipses, meteor showers, and other phenomena can only be seen in certain parts of the Earth. Number 4.
Okay, that's it. So you called, guys. I thought it was going to bring up a rotational on the rotating clockwise and anti-clockwise, and then we'll just bring up Michael's video which shows no, it always rotates east to west.
Yeah.
It's just got to do with the way you're standing and watching it. But I didn't even get there. He just literally just said you can't see stars in the south if you're in the north, and you can't see stars in the north if you're in the south. Like,
that's it.
Really? Wow. No shit, Sherlock. I can't see Great Britain from South Africa. Not because it's not a globe.
I can't see the bottom of my street.
I can't see it. Yeah.
I mean, this is how idiotic these people are. They don't think. I mean, remember that video I did with the paint cans and me moving the light backwards? And then with the angle, the paint cans are occulting in front of the light cans. In front of the light. Was it the Earth curve that caused it, or was it the foreshortening effect due to the occultation of the angle? This can be demonstrated and explained very simple. Not globe. And if you say it's only globe, it just shows you're very ignorant.
So here's one.
Yeah, Michael, you were right.
Yeah, Eratosthenes.
Errors at Krusty's knees is coming on.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody that came, thank you for coming. Please hit the likes and share the show. You guys rock. Because sharing the show really does help to get it out to a further audience. You have no idea how it helps.
Eratosthenes experiment. Eratosthenes will always be remembered for the calculation of the Earth's circumference circa 240 BC, using trigonometry and knowledge of the angle of elevation of the sun at noon in Alexandria and Syene. Now,
trigonometry with a triangle.
There's no triangles and triggers, that's right.
You better go and see Toon, mate.
And I'm sure it was plane trigonometry, correct? Which is specifically based on triangles. Also note that there's still no documentation that Eratosthenes ever existed. There's no works from him. There's nothing. Apparently, all his works burnt down in a library of Alexandria that burnt down, apparently. But there's nothing that ever even suggested existed. The narrative that he did this came 300 years after he died. Supposedly died, by the way. Who even knows the guy even existed? Or even did these things?
Even if it did exist and he did do it, he did it on a flat plane. So.
Exactly. Exactly. Planar trigonometry. Yeah.
He's already whistled past a few assumptions, not going to mention those. The assumptions that he's got to make before he does the experiment, like parallel sun rays, and assuming the S-curve in the first instance, measure it as a...
Exactly.
Does Santa Claus exist?
Okay, anyway, it's good to see you. Very cool. Love the content. I'm glad you like the content, mate. Really appreciate it. Let's quickly look who was the one that actually brought up Eratosthenes, because we did bring this up before. Who told of Eratosthenes? And by the way, it's not an experiment, guys. Persian records to make back events, Trojan War. Because there was someone, we did this before, and we said came 300 years later by someone else.
Is it not Ptolemy? Ptolemy? No.
The work for his great poetic abilities led to Pharaoh Ptolemy III. to seek place in librarian and library of Arizona. Yeah, these works, his great poetic abilities led the pharaoh Ptolemy III to seek the place him to as a librarian at the Library of Alexandria in the year 245 BC. Eratosthenes, then 30 years old, accepted Plato's information, traveled to Alexandria, blah blah blah. I don't know, but we did this before. I actually have to look through one of my old streams where we actually found the guy that brought up about Eratosthenes, but it was 300 years later. Awesome clips. Thank you very much for being a member for 1 month. The ultimate Lion King. Wow. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God, and the Word was made flesh and dwelleth among us. John 1 verse 1 to 2, 14a King James Version. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate you being a member. Awesome clips, and yeah, awesome verse as well. Hey Jeff Conkell, good to see you, mate. And Rob Keane, good to see you coming in.
We've seen dome on this Eratosthenes. It looks like he's got a globe for an head.
He's got a big head there.
It looks like one of the lol cows that I've watched on YouTube. It looks like Cyrax, the lol cow.
Hey Ferris Furfer, thank you for coming. Okay.
Swan, Egypt. The calculation is based on the assumption that the Earth is spherical and that the sun is so far away that its rays can be taken as parallel.
Taken as parallel. Okay, then we go look at the sun's rays.
I've never seen parallel sun rays ever.
I mean, how much time do we have to show this? Does that look parallel to you guys? Any of these? Point to one. Point to one where it's showing parallel sun rays, please.
All divergent.
Why would he assume that it's so far away as well? Why would he assume that?
I don't know, because he needs it to be for his belief. He's got to make an excuse on why it's not flat. Because all they do is they take the protractor and they turn it upside down. That's all they do.
Yeah.
Nope. The sun's definitely not parallel rays. So, if a normal person... let's put it this way. If someone came up to you and said, oh, look, the sun's rays are parallel, you're going to tell him to go seek medical attention. Because that's not what you observe. So all these so-called, how can I put it, the data he's placing on, if he's already shown he can't even see the light from a sun is not parallel, it makes him a moron and means everything he's telling you is bullshit, correct? A scammer, in other words. Yeah, it's exactly what it would be called today, a scammer. Because you'd be trying to make you think. It's all gaslighting. Exactly, Sovereign. Good to see you, mate. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. It is just gaslighting. Andrew Worth, it's all perspective. Yes. But anyway, yeah. Eratosthenes proves it was flat, actually, guys. Hence, he did planar trigonometry using a triangle. Whoopsie.
Details of his method he published in a work on the measurement of the Earth, which unfortunately was lost. We know indirectly about his method from other authors. Before we begin...
Yeah, like I said, we know of his method indirectly from other authors 300 years after he supposedly lived.
Yeah. So it's not worth shit, is it? It's not primary evidence.
No, it's nothing.
A few definitions. Tropic of Cancer is one of 5 major circles of latitude that mark maps of the Earth. The Tropic of Cancer current latitude is 23 degrees, 26 minutes, 22 seconds north of the equator. Local noon is when the sun...
Ooh, even he shows it on you. Yeah, show me those parallel sun rays, mate. Yeah, if you guys didn't notice, those rays are going in all directions, aka divergent. Underground Tunnels, thank you very much for your £5 super chat, mate. Really appreciate it. You rock. Can you name the 10 most famous flat earthers of the past 2,500 years and what they were famous for? What did they invent, create, or discover? Okay. Moses? Correct? We can go even past 2,500 years if we want to, practically. Yeah, Moses, John the Baptist. How about Paul? All the disciples. Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus was a carpenter, so he used angles to make his things, you know, like a table and a chair.
Maybe the first two humans ever, Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve, yeah. They were famous for being naked. Thank you very much.
I'd
for
like
this
to be
video.
famous for that.
Yeah, but it's good to see you guys. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciated underground tunnels. And you know what the difference is with the people I just mentioned? There's historical documentation for them.
Weird. I wonder what that is. Be God's word, maybe.
Is the highest in the sky and can be quite different from 12 noon on the clock. Solstice is an astronomical event that happens twice each year, when the tilt of the Earth's axis is most inclined towards or away from the sun. In the northern hemisphere, the maximum inclination towards the sun is around June 21st, the summer solstice, with the maximum inclination away around December 21st, the winter solstice. For the southern hemisphere, winter and summer solstices are exchanged. What matters for our experiment is the fact that on the summer solstice, local noon, the sun rays are just overhead, at a right angle to the ground on the Tropic of Cancer. Eratosthenes knew that on the summer solstice at local noon on the Tropic of Cancer, the sun would appear at the zenith directly overhead.
Godzilla, I wonder when they'll find you super chat the first glow proof. I don't know. I don't know when they'll finally actually just come in and talk about their glow proof.
Well, yeah.
I mean, notice how we keep getting trolls in chat, but they're never man enough to actually come in and actually talk about their so-called proof that they're supposed to have, that they don't have. Really odd.
Yeah.
Again,
there's always some reason why they can't come in. They say that we're doing something, doing this, but yet they still carry on with their mouths and chat. So they just lie.
Yeah.
That easy to join. I dropped my phone and I was in.
It's destiny.
I was supposed to take tonight off. And I'm still in.
Oh.
I'm only messing.
Well, it's good to have you here, Michael. Do appreciate you having him. Oh yeah, you want to talk about your stream you're going to have tomorrow night quickly?
Yeah.
Plug it quickly.
I can't show a picture of a book, kind of like, but my friends wrote a book about AI. It's coming on my stream on Tuesday to talk about it.
Yeah, on Tuesday. Yeah, sorry, today's Sunday.
Very interesting, and it'll be at midnight instead of 8.
A late one.
Be a late one for me. Be past my bedtime, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to be sleeping then. I'm not going to be at 1 a.m. and watch it, but I'll definitely download it to watch. But yeah,
I'm going to do a little giveaway as well. I'm going to give my copy of the book away.
Oh, please do sign it. The great Michael Kahn.
My copy away. My copy is downloaded, so I can't give mine away. So.
But Michael, you're supposed to write on there, Kahn. Maybe Mr. Sensible will want to buy it. He loves saying Kahn a lot.
He does, doesn't he?
He loves me. He loves me.
He loves
but yeah, it should be interesting. Like, he's a good guy, Dave.
Yeah, definitely. Dave's a great guy.
I'm looking forward to
I
it.
wish I could have got him on.
He'll come on with you, don't worry.
But yeah, Dave's awesome. If you guys haven't, you should go and definitely subscribe to his channel. But yeah, I'll plug your thing more tomorrow, send all the links and everything. And then, guys, don't miss the Tuesday. I think it's been an awesome stream. Definitely well worth it.
Sun elevation of 90 degrees. Though Cyene was slightly north of the tropic, he also knew from using a vertical stick and measuring the cast shadow that in his hometown of Alexandria.
Again, a vertical stick. How much times has this changed? It was an obelisk, a vertical skit, 2 wells, a sundial.
load of walk-in.
They can't decide. They can't have the same story behind it. It keeps changing what they used, how it was used, blah blah blah. And I mean, apparently a guy walked and measured 500 stadia for a month. I want to see who's going to walk for a month and count their steps.
And then be the exact same length each step, you know.
Imagine halfway across and then you forget.
I mean, you just step on one sharp rock or something, you hurt yourself. It's like, and then you forget how much you counted to.
That's it. That's it.
The angle of elevation of the sun would be...
Ooh, angle of elevation?
Ooh.
What is an angle of elevation, guys?
It's an angle.
An angle with two straight lines, correct?
Yep.
And what do the globies claim? We don't have straight lines because of Picard refraction.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't, first of all, get an angular measurement. And is this guy doing this angle measurement on the surface of Earth? On the actual ground?
No, he's in the middle.
Oh, he's in Hell's Angles. Oh, wow.
83 degrees, or 7 degrees south of the zenith at the same time. Assuming that Alexandria was due north of Syene, Alexandria is in fact on a more westerly longitude. He concluded, using the geometry of parallel lines, that the distance from Alexandria to Syene must be 7 out of 360 of the total circumference of the Earth. The distance between the cities was known from caravan travelings to be about 5,000 stadia.
Oh, now from caravan travelings. What happened to paying a guy to actually walk the paces to count the stadia? Now it's caravan travelings. See, it keeps changing. They can't decide what's the narrative about this. It's really crazy.
Stadia. He established a final value of 700 stadia per degree, which implies a circumference of 252,000 stadia. The exact size of the stadion he used is no longer known. The common attic stadion was a...
That's also true. They don't even know what a stadion was.
Wow.
But they know that what the circumference is supposed to be, then based on that. Maybe you guys are just making shit up? If you don't know what the so-called exact stadia was in today's units, then how are you going to know what the circumference was measured to? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
About 185 meters, but it is generally believed that Eratosthenes' value corresponds to between 39,690 kilometers and 46,620 kilometers. The circumference of the Earth around the poles is now measured.
Sorry, I'm seeing all over. Everybody's asking about a video in chat. What video is everybody saying? Everybody's saying what video? Waiting for a video.
This Andrew West prattling on.
Oh, I thought it's for me. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking.
Rusty the robot bear.
Okay, as long as it's not me, because I don't know what video you guys are going on about. Okay.
At
I'm
around
sure
40...
will find it if it's easy to find.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
1,008 kilometers. Eratosthenes' result is not bad at all. Very interesting is that the measurement of the distance between Alexandria and Syene is based on the estimated average speed of a caravan of camels that traveled this distance. Camels traveled the distance many times to obtain an average estimate of the distance. Whether this is true is not clear. By the way, there is a guy, Curtis Boat, that tried a similar experiment using a bike and 2 sticks.
Do you guys remember this? The guy driving the bicycle with his 2 sticks.
Yeah. 15 years ago now, wasn't it?
I think he did like on a basketball court or something.
But he had 2 sticks, though.
Yeah, the 2 sticks. Remember, you have to have 2 sticks and they have to be perfect. Oh, he's claiming glow proof with a 2-minute video. Wow. Yeah, if you can bring this for us, would show it straight away.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Every time I post the title...
No, Andrew, I'm not been blocking it, mate. You're a liar.
Andrew, why are you lying? I've got my comments on screen live for everybody to see. No comment from yours have been blocked or hidden by anybody. Why lie? It's called Divergent Sunrays 2. Okay, should we search it? This should be good. Why did he lie though? Why was he able to do it now?
Exactly.
Divergent Sunrays 2. Divergent Sunrays 2. Divergent Sunrays 2. Did you guys see a Divergent Sunrays 2 anyway? Oh, someone's fighting swords in the background.
Yeah. There's swashbuckling going on.
It's Beth.
Is Beth
Oh, sorry, no, my mum.
Oh, your mum and Beth are swashbuckling, are they?
No, it's my mum.
All right. Oh, sorry.
There's no such thing as Beth, is it? Because I live with my mum. That's just it's all started.
Okay, Divergent Sunrays 2. Okay, I don't see the video, so does it even exist? It's so easy to make up shit and then the thing doesn't even exist. Underground Tunnels, thank you very much for your £2 super chat. Really appreciate it. He says, this is just to wind Mikey Smith up. Enjoy. I really, really appreciate it. Okay, he got the link. I really appreciate the super chat. Yeah, it is to piss Mikey off. Mikey doesn't apparently like that I get super chats, guys. It somehow makes me a shill.
It's mad because I've give him a couple of super chats, so I don't know what he's whinging about.
Yeah, but thank you guys for the super chat. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, this is still me calling Michael Smith out. When is he going to come and face me like a man instead of crawling behind my back and just trying to call me a shill? Yeah,
just ranting on videos, and he's always been welcomed. Come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean the guy takes a shit live on live stream and wants to call other people not truthers. I mean, what the hell? Anyway, the robot bear Rusty. Let's carry on.
Did what?
He took a poop while live streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a reason why he did that? I mean, like someone asked him to, or what?
I have
Explain,
no idea.
Please.
I think he just needed the bathroom and he was streaming. I would have excused myself and came back later, you know. That's how normal people do it.
My little brother used to pee his pants when we were playing video games because he didn't shit his pants. But he never shit his pants. I know. Oh, I'm sorry. He never pooped his pants, though. I'm sorry about that.
That's crazy.
So, anyway, I just had to ask. Sorry.
Yeah. But apparently I'm not a truther because I debate and I get super chats.
Yeah.
But it's okay for him to get super chats and for people to buy his merch.
Yeah.
Then
because you pause videos too much as well. You can't let.
Yeah. How dare I pause a video to say something?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just want that guy's flow, I guess.
Furious Fifo, thumbnail for Emma in Star Trek video. Weird recommendation. What is Flat's been searching? No, I'm subscribed to Emma, and she had a community post today on where she did a Star Trek on another channel thing, which is actually not bad. I watched it. It's not bad at all. It's like a fan fiction Star Trek video thing. It's actually not bad at all. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's see what this guy presents. Previously.
So they say the sun's rays are parallel. Do these look parallel to you?
No.
No.
Are you seriously trying to tell me that these shadows are parallel?
No.
So yeah, not parallel, divergent. Just as it's seen is how it is. The rays appear to diverge, and so do the shadows.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's interesting about this? You can actually go and measure between these two shadows, and they will show you they are separating physically.
Yeah.
So those rays there would be closer together than the rays here, proving that this is not perspective. It's physically diverging. Yeah. Yeah, Nathan, good to see you, mate. I'll definitely play a short video. I'll do it after this one quickly. Really appreciate you coming in too, mate. Thank you for coming. Let me just quickly paste it in here. And pause it so long.
Bike rate.
And then quickly watch this finish. Cool.
Because the light's not parallel.
Oh, the music. Okay. You can talk. Oh, wow. No, he's trying to say it's not parallel because that... You do know you're standing very close to these poles and you can have this appearance just by having a different location. This is like literally a... how can I put this? A known effect. Flatzoid, drop everything. Okay, let's just do this quickly. He says I must do it, it's very urgent. Bike rage man slammed neighbor into ground. What?
Rage man slammed neighbor into ground. Craig McNeil saw red when he thought man had stolen wife cycle. The Courier and Advertiser. Fife edition. The 27th.
Oh, but I remember this. He actually had a whole stream on this. He actually got arrested and everything for this year.
7th of March 2023. Jamie McKenzie, a Fife man who suspected his neighbor had stolen his wife's bicycle, slammed his head on the ground in an outrageously violent assault. Craig McNeil flew into a rage and offered his neighbor a stand-up fight when he failed to return the bike. In the incident outside McNeil's home in Erskine Wynd, Oakley, on the 8th of August last year, Fiscal Deputy Catherine Stevenson said he punched his neighbor's face and was slamming his head on the ground. Defense lawyer Christopher Large told the court that McNeil's victim is understood to have struggled with addiction and had persistently asked McNeil for money for food and transport, with his client usually complying. On this occasion the man had requested use of his wife's bicycle and McNeil agreed, with the proviso it would be returned as soon as possible. Mr. Large said, the complainer took the bike and did not return it. The lawyer said his client had served in the Navy for a number of years but had his shoulder crushed by a piece of machinery, resulting in daily chronic pain. The lawyer said McNeil also suffers from a disorder which affects his ability to control anger. Fining McNeil £400. Sheriff Peter Anderson noted there was a degree of provocation, and that the ungrateful neighbor failed to return the bike, but stressed it is not a justification for an outrageously violent assault. An ex-Navy man slammed his neighbor's head on the ground in an outrageously violent assault after he failed to return his wife's bicycle. Craig McNeil, 39, suspected the man had stolen the bike and flew into a rage when he offered him a stand-up fight. The assault happened outside McNeil's home in Oakley's Erskine Wynd on the 8th of August last year. Fiscal Deputy Catherine Stevenson said McNeil punched his neighbor's face and was slamming his head on the ground before other residents intervened. Ms. Stevenson said, the accused got up, walked back to his home and shouted a threat at the victim. The court heard that the victim sustained a cut to his nose. Defense lawyer Christopher Large told the court that McNeil's victim was understood to have struggled with addiction and had persistently asked him for money for food and transport, with his client usually complying. On this occasion the man had requested use of his wife's bicycle and McNeil agreed, with the proviso that it would be returned as soon as possible. Mr. Large said, the complainer took the bike and did not return it. The solicitor said the man initially assured McNeil that the bike was safe as houses with someone else, but later said he could not remember where he had left it. McNeil suspected his neighbor had stolen it. On the day of the assault, Mr. Large said McNeil had been in his garden and the man walked past and said, what do you think you are doing reporting me to police? Don't you know who I am or who my family are? Mr. Large said the man suggested a stand-up fight. The lawyer said his client had served in the Navy for a number of years but had his shoulder crushed by a piece of machinery, which resulted in daily chronic pain. He said McNeil also suffered from a disorder which affected his ability to control his anger. He suggested that this combination of factors led to McNeil reacting to the man and, with the benefit of his military training, he came out on top. Mr. Large said a background report described McNeil as being remorseful and ashamed and accepting that temper got the better of him. He appeared in the dock for sentencing this week with a walking cane. At an earlier hearing, he pled guilty to assaulting his victim by repeatedly punching him on the head and body and repeatedly striking his head off the ground to his injury. McNeil also admitted a charge of behaving in a threatening or abusive manner by making repeated threats of violence. Mr. Large highlighted that his client had a previous conviction for road rage, which involved him prodding the other driver with a walking cane. Sheriff Peter Anderson noted that there was a degree of provocation, and that the ungrateful neighbor failed to return the bike, but stressed that it was not a justification for an outrageously violent assault. The sheriff also commended McNeil for serving his country in the Navy. He fined him £400. McNeil punched his neighbor's face and was slamming his head on the ground.
Yeah, I already knew about that because he actually spoke about that before. If he tried to explain everything that had happened, but yeah, the judge did see it as outrageous violence. But I'm not gonna say if Craig was, how can I say, at least he was remorseful for it. He is unfortunately how can I put it? I don't have a nice way to put it. Look, he did own up to it, so that I do give to Craig. And when this did come out, he did actually talk about this. He had a whole stream and everything about it. He obviously does struggle with violence, so I don't see why we have to attack him on this. No matter who it is. Do you guys agree with me?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not going to take this for sensational. I know he has some mental problems then obviously with this, but he has paid the £400. He has said he's sorry, and he said why it happened. He explained it in great detail. Not going to defend his actions, just like he didn't defend his actions, but I just don't see the reason to smear his name black on this, because everybody does make problems. You know, everybody does make mistakes in life.
But you don't know if it had been you, it'd have smeared your name all over the place. You know that.
Yeah, but
right,
that's
don't you?
him. That's not me, though.
No,
I'm not
just saying
like that. Yeah.
Don't try and make him out to be some kind of nice guy.
I'm not saying
to
he's a
him.
nice guy. I'm just saying I'm not gay. I don't see a reason why I need to promote him as that if I don't know the guy personally. Anyway, he has literally gone live stream, talked about it in great detail, been sorry about it. So to me, that's fine. You know, I don't care who it is. Even if I don't like the guy, I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to sensualize out of it. If that's what it is, he said he's sorry. And yeah, that's how I am. And I don't care who it is. Let's put it this way. I'll show to be the better man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you know, when we get to this as well, you do know when the sun is going lower or something. Okay, it does give a different effect. Look at this. You see they are having different lengths of shadows. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it also depends on the angle you're looking at it. So he's showing one observed thing here. One observation that seems now that it's parallel to him. Doesn't make it actually parallel. But yeah. Good for you, mate. It still doesn't make it parallel. Because I even did equinox video before as well, where I tried to take it and it still showed it not parallel. Many of this has been done many times.
They don't look parallel.
Not 100%, no, but he's going to say it is.
Well, who wanted that playing? Because that proves now.
No, it doesn't prove anything. Andrew Worth.
Yeah, what a waste of time.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's go on.
Why not try it?
Adverts again. Grammarly business.
Number 5, seeing farther from higher.
This is explained on a flat earth. You're just pushing your field of view out further when you go up. Just like that video where I showed with the flat aluminium bar. When I raise in altitude, I can see the whole bolt. When I go lower, I couldn't see the whole bolt, and that was on a flat aluminium bar. And note when I go up, you see further past that aluminium bar. Thank you, Face Reality, for your $5 super chat rate. Really appreciate it. He says, observe a full moon in the night sky. Lit equally across the face. Any local clouds are lit around it. So obviously it's a light in the sky, not space. Exactly. Thank you very much for your $5 super chat. Really appreciate Face Reality. You rock. Yep, fair enough. Thanks for playing it anytime, Nathan. I really appreciate you bringing it up. Just like I said, unfortunately, it's just not something I want to get pushing, because it's not, for me, I don't feel it's something that should be pushed. Obviously, he does have anger issues and he has owned up to it. So I think if you were in the same shoes, I think you'd also want the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, he's definitely got anger issues, that's for sure.
So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. So, yeah, we can see further because angles, you push it further out.
You can see farther from higher simply because the Earth is curved. On a flat surface, that would not be true.
Okay, let's show how it is true on a flat surface, shall we? I've shown this with other demonstrations as well. Thank you, Awesome Lawson Gift, for giving 5 memberships. Really, really appreciate it. You rock. Really appreciate all the support. Hey, Neil. Oh, Neil's got. Neil got
he's
a
not
membership.
necessarily in, is he?
No, I thought he was in. I thought he was in, but he got a message. He got a membership.
Yeah. He'll be jumping up and down and gets another one.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Well, he's with us today. And
He's at home, isn't he? Now he's gone home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Bible study today with us, wasn't he? He's all right, isn't he?
I think he's got car sorters as well. I'm not sure.
Oh, that'd be cool. Well,
I think, right.
Did he get his car?
Quote me on that.
Did he get his car now?
I think so.
That's awesome.
Or he's got one sorted, I don't.
That'd be good. Well, maybe that prayer worked.
Okay.
Oh, you brought up as one of his prayer requests. I don't know if you were there at the time, Michael.
This allergy season.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, even on this is what I was talking about with the occulting and stuff, but look what happens when I raise in altitude. Then you can see further, as they put it. Like this music. No, Andrew, you can look from all sides. It is divergent, Andrew. Notice when he did his one observation there, the sun was low in the sky, correct?
It was.
And at a certain location. Go to a different location, you wouldn't have had the same, and it wasn't perfectly parallel. Close, but not perfectly. Because it's just on the angle he's standing. Sorry?
I'm saying good evening, Ty Smokes.
Hey, yeah. Good to see you, mate, Ty. Ooh, look at that earth curve, guys. It's blocking the light.
You just dropped. I can't even see your feet anymore. Brilliant.
But notice how when I started, the light was here at where it says closest position. And further position, that's where I stopped it. Did that go down, or is it just going further away? Now I want to ask a question. Can you see the light?
No.
And is this a sphere, a curved floor?
Certainly no.
Okay, what's going to happen when I raise in altitude? Uh-oh. Do we see the light now? And do we see more of the top of these tins and the further tin now?
Yeah.
So, demonstration shows the guy talks wrong. So information is wrong in saying curiosity again with demonstration.
It is true because the Earth is spherical. If you go to a very flat area like western Kansas, on the ground you can see about 14 miles. If you go to the third floor of a building, you can now see over the horizon.
Yeah.
We just debunked it by showing a demonstration on a flat surface, and I got many other demonstrations doing exactly the same.
And see buildings that are 20 miles away. An example of seeing further from higher is...
Also note, guys, the guy's debunking his globe here. What is this?
Reflection of the sun.
How do you... What's kind of reflection going to have on a sphere?
It'd be shortened, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Tight along. The floor is curved. Whatever.
Fred, you with me?
Yeah. How's it going?
He said you can see over the horizon. How do you see over the horizon? Surely the horizon moves it's an optical location, isn't it? So you can't see over it, you just see it.
Yeah, because it's just moving further away. Exactly, you
It's
can't see
nonsense,
over it.
same.
Yeah, it's an oxymoron. Exactly. Good point. What's the vote saying so far? 104 votes. The 10 arguments for the globe presents are just based on ignorance. 50%, 57% say yes, no 43%. I'm going to say yes because we've been seeing mostly this guy hasn't really brought up anything that shows it. Oh, wow, we better hurry. It's 11:15 already. I'm going to stick it on fast speed. I didn't realize that that's a time already.
Is the sunset. If you climb 100 feet at the moment when the sun goes below the horizon, then you will see the sun again. It is impossible to explain why you can't see further.
Exactly, Michael. And you just said it was a rebuttal to Raichi. Now it's the same as Raichi.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
These ballers, man, they talk crap, man.
So how can it be a rebuttal if it's the same?
Yeah,
when you can climb higher unless the surface of the Earth curves downward away from you. There is a formula to determine how far you can see. 1.17 times the square root of h, height, equals distance, d.
Yeah, remember when I asked McToon, show me how you get a radius on a straight line, horizontal?
Process is 1. Measure h from your eyes to the ground and find the square root. 2. Multiply your answer by 1.17. 3. This equals d, distance to the horizon in nautical miles. Number 6. Ride a plane.
Great. Okay, number 6. Ride a plane, guys.
If you've ever taken a trip out of the country,
Wow,
specifically
really? It's
It's that easy, yeah. Just ride a plane.
distance trips, you could notice 2 interesting facts about planes and the Earth. 1. Planes can travel in a relatively straight line for a very long time and not fall off any edges. They can also circle the Earth with...
What? Godzilla. All those in favor of moving Flatzoid to NAEST, press 1. What?
What's that like?
Is that not,
What is it?
is that not some kind of time zone?
Yeah.
North African.
I want to check. What would it be? Oh, 4:45 in the afternoon. So where you guys want me to move to? Where do you guys think would be the best to move to, guys? Kentucky? No. Tennessee! I actually almost went to Virginia when I was younger for because I wanted to become a jeweler. So I almost went to study on jewelry there in Virginia. Thank you very much for your $5 super chat, Godzilla 37. He says towards the move North American Eastern Standard Time. No, I don't think I'll be moving to America, guys. Sorry. But I appreciate you wanting me to move to a different time zone just so you can have a better time. Thank you very much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it. Very interesting. Yeah, that'll be actually interesting to see. Where would what go? I think this is going to be the last argument we can check from this guy for the night.
Yeah.
But I don't think the rest is really going to be something to...
Yeah, they're nothing in mind blowing, are they? They're all the same as we've had.
I mean, if I'm looking through, yeah, it looks like planets are round, so therefore the Earth has to be round.
Yeah, yeah.
If I'm looking at this
You know, this reminds me of that National Geographic one they did. That was 10 reasons why we were wrong, and they were pretty similar, which is kind of funny.
And the last one, satellites, probably.
If time travel was possible, we just went back to 2015.
Yeah.
Divergent.
Or they'll claim GPS is actually global.
Yeah, it was really odd. Divergent Droid, come to New Orleans. We have the best food. I would love to go try all the food places out in New Orleans, especially all the seafood.
I want to go fishing in the States, that's for sure. Love to go to bass.
California's the best.
Wherever fishing goes, wherever the fish are, I'll go.
California dream.
That's where I live, is in California.
California
We
dream.
have everything.
Not really. We have a lot of really grumpy people and a lot of really violent people, and they're getting crazier every day. But
Nah.
other than that, I mean,
Now, I want to move to Alaska where I'm just alone. Just tricky.
I don't know about Alaska. That's kind of cold. Maybe in a warmer area.
I can move to Alaska and do some gold digging, create my own mine. There's a lot of gold mines out there I can do. Gold season. No.
Something kill you in Alaska. You're not used to eat, man.
You've been watching the Nature Channel too much.
Gold rush. Just joking.
Don't you know that's reality TV? None of that stuff's real, bro. It's just all created.
I think I'd rather get myself a nice yacht or something and travel the oceans.
See if you can discover one of them continents outside of the dome, the ones that like David Weiss and I like to talk about.
Oh, I'd be down to do that if somebody has a boat.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Godzilla, Alaska, you're nuts. Yeah, I was just joking. But I would still love to travel the whole world and actually see different places. I think that'd be great. Okay, let's quickly finish this argument.
Without stopping. 2. If you look out the window on a transatlantic flight, you can, most of the times, see the curvature of the Earth on the horizon.
Yeah, I used to say that as well. It's all rubbish.
While he shows it flat through a window of the plane. No.
But
really.
Buzz says it's flat. I mean, wait a minute. Does he?
I mean, even Neil deGrasse Tyson with his sleight of hand magic trick, as Nathan calls it, says, "No, you won't. That stuff is flat."
That stuff is flat.
Yeah, and that's even at Felix Baumgartner's height.
Is it? They reckon you need to be about 100 miles up to see any curve whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yeah, in a plane, 35,000 feet.
Can't see it from ISS according to Tyson.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy.
What's all these pictures of this ball?
Yeah. I mean, every time I've flown in an airplane, I've never once ever observed the so-called curve that they're talking about.
No.
I flew back and forth from Kansas City to California many, many times, and I never saw a curve.
No. No, but if you believe in that and you're looking out there when you're up there, you'll convince yourself you're seeing it.
If you want to see it hard enough, you'll make sure you see it. And then you forget that how a plane's window is constructed with the 3 panes curving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, is D Rose in? I heard clapping.
There's some clapping, yeah.
Is it?
Is he in?
No.
No, where's the clapping?
I heard clapping as well.
Was it Ryan?
He's got the sound effects.
Okay.
It was me, sorry guy. It was me, sorry.
Oh, we're allowed to use sound effects?
What?
Because it's usually D Rose giving the sound effects. That's also
It's right funny.
Best view of the curvature used to be on the Concorde, but that plane's long gone. I can't wait to see the pictures from the new plane by Virgin Atlantic. The horizon should look curved as it actually is from a distance. Number 7. Look at other...
Okay, that was it. Yeah. Number 7, look at other planets. It looks round, spherical, so Earth has to be one too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to... Let's go to 8. There's... What's 8? The existence of time
Learning
zones.
guitar? Wait. Don't touch that skip button.
Don't touch the skip button. Bye-bye. Okay.
Cycles.
The existence of time zones.
Please touch the skip button.
Yeah, Georgia would be nice. I heard nice things about Georgia, actually. Florida as well. And Goofy. Weird. So why would existence of time zones make it a globe, guys?
Yeah, what's that about? Why would that make it a globe at all?
I mean, time zones works on any shape you want it to.
Yeah, and it's people that make the. I mean, do we really need time zones? We don't, do we? But it's people that make them up.
Yeah, you and your.
Because the sun is in different places at different times. That's the ball.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm going to stay in South Africa just because I don't get daylight savings.
Yeah, of course, you do. That's right. Yeah.
Trust me, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
Oh, it's a pain in the butt.
Okay, what's his number 9? Number 9, seasons. Still also not globe. Does it make it a globe? Notice that the Earth is closer to the sun in summer, in wintertime. What happens when you go to an oven?
How much sense does that make?
Yeah. What happens when you go to an oven when it's hot? Does it get hotter for you when you're away from it or closer?
And what's that black area?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, what is this stuff? Is that just a natural violation, second law of thermodynamics violation, space vacuum?
It's a little like that.
RH, I never grew up. I'm Peter Pan. I'm like Peter Pan.
me!
I'm a real boy. Images from space. No, you can't take images from space. By the way, an image is just an artist's rendition. It's not a photograph. And where's the... Yeah, it's taken
Again,
from
where's
space.
that black area?
So why is the air not filling that available volume? Last time we checked, if you try and stick a camera in a vacuum, it doesn't work too well either. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think it would fog up, wouldn't it? Like it would fog up. Like the first thing, because that's what happened to me when I went to Mexico. I tried to use my video camera and it had so much dew in it that I couldn't use it the whole time. I was so mad.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you also get like with film cameras, it starts degassing. And all the chemical compounds go
Oh, I never thought about that. That's interesting.
There's a lot of... You should actually watch a stream we did on the whole camera thing. I actually did the debate on this with all the what the problems you have with...
I'll have to check that out.
So yeah, unfortunately we're going to have to end here. So what are you guys' final thoughts of the show? I think it was nice and chill.
Yeah, it was chill. It was chill. Some mind-blowing ideas from that guy. I've never had none of these before. Convincing me. No, it was good. It was good.
I think he needs a follow-up video with all of his flat Earth claims.
Yeah, go on about that.
I agree.
How old was that video, Flatzoid?
2 years, I think. So it's not like these haven't been answered.
It's the same. It's any of these videos. It's the same. Might be a different order, but it's the same thing they bring up. But with this one,
we haven't got.
Okay.
But I mean, look here, 6.7k views for someone that's got 381,000 subscribers. It's not a very successful video, is it?
Well, true.
It is odd.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, at least he didn't attack us personally yet, or is that 10? I was going to say, usually they attack us personally and say we're all dumb, we're all retarded, and whatever else they can come up with. Or they show some guy that believes in flat Earth that's obviously crazy too, and they throw that in our face or something.
Oh, we just lost one, guys. Thomas Larson. I'm a Glober now. No, I'm Glober now.
We're all convinced.
Yes.
Good luck with that, brother.
Yes, RH. Yes, RH. That was Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. That's definitely Pinocchio. Okay, but I gotta say thanks to everybody for coming. Sorry that we have to end the show. Power again really sucks. So I just want to say thank you for everybody for coming. Thank you guys in Ellemnet. It's always good to see you guys.
Good to be here.
See you guys all tomorrow night for another epic stream. Like I said, if you guys have any ideas you want us to do streams on, let me know. I'll definitely stick it in the pipeline and we'll see what we can do. And then we'll see you all tomorrow night. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for sharing the show and hitting those likes. You guys were really, really awesome. I really do appreciate everybody coming. Till tomorrow night, may the blessings be with you. What? Blessings, may the pressure be with you. Cheers. Bye.